Yes, it is time to lift. Welcome back to my weekly Wendler highlights. Now that I'm done with Asylum, I'm gonna just focus on my strength training, and just some other stuff, some muscle building stuff. Just do what I can. So I am on Wendler's boring but big cycle for week 1, and we have here, which is obvious, overhead press. I'm showing you all the 5+ sets, and here I ended up getting 10 with 100 pounds. And I really love this exercise. I've said it before and I'll say it again, but have you guys ever watched Rocky 4? The part where they're doing the training montage where Drago, he is crazy. I mean, obviously, they were implying that he was on steroids, but he goes ahead and he cleans like 450 pounds, and then he just a strict overhead press, and it was insane. Like, if he actually really did that or whatever. But yeah, if you didn't catch that in that movie, check it out. So just doing some bag work here, having some fun with my mask there. Yeah, for overhead press, I ended up doing the boring but big, the 10x5 as well, and then did some pull-ups with the bag work. And then on squat day for 230 pounds, I ended up hitting 11. The goal was 11, and I got 11, so I'm happy with that. And I ended up doing some heavy bag after that and some jump rope. And then I did the 10x5 at 135 pounds, and there's my buddy there checking out my Murph. I think he was getting a little excited. That's my buddy Danny. You guys have probably seen him before, probably in some of the baseball game videos. But yeah, he was right there, right behind me, cheering me on, telling me to push harder, drive it. Yeah, that's what he was saying, if I remember it correctly. So yeah, he was giving me a ton of motivation, but honestly, this felt like the longest squat set of all time. I was just like, fuck. And I got to that 10th one, to that 11th one, I'm sorry, and I was gonna go for number 12, and I was like, no, just rack it. I was done. I was getting lightheaded and feeling that burn in your head that you get sometimes, So we went ahead and decided to film his session, his 5+, I guess. Yeah, he's working on his depth, because after when we did our 10x5 or whatever, he was going a lot deeper than what he's going now. So don't give him too much shit, you guys. He's giving it a shot, right? But yeah, he's working on his depth, so hopefully in another video we can film that. I'm not filming the plus sets, because that's boring to watch, as we all know. But yeah, we were motivating each other this day, and we just did a shitload of squats. I mean, you guys know how the boring but big is. So yeah, all I know is that I still am very, very sore in my quads, so I think obviously my quads needed some work. So deadlift day was something else. This was on a Monday, on the May 19th. So for deadlifts, I'm working with 300 right here. My goal was to beat 10, and it was really hard. I got to 7. And the funny thing is that if you don't get it on camera, it really doesn't count on YouTube, right? Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. So I ended up doing 2 sets of this shit, because I wasn't happy with my first set anyways. But my form, I forgot to film it like an idiot, but I could say that my form felt better on the first set. And this was also probably the longest set of all time. For it only being 7 reps, but I kind of can't breathe with the belt on too well, so I have to like stand up, catch a few breaths, and reset. I also felt like I wasn't driving the hips through too well, but it's something that I'm still struggling with. But like I said, this was the second set, so I was already trashed from the first one, because like I said, I just want to get it on camera, because that's just how we are, right? So and some of those reps look a little sketchy, and you can see my little homies down there cheering me on, little Darth Vader and little Raphael from the Ninja Turtles. Yeah, Darth Vader was using the Force, and the other guy was yelling at me. So for the accessory work, I went ahead and just filmed one of the sets of sumos. I believe this was 175 for 10. I really gotta work on that hip extension, driving the hips through and humping the shit out of the bar. But I know that I did do it after on the second. Those were the last 2 sets. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, I ended up doing a bunch of back work, pull-ups and row variations and some shrugs and stuff. It was mainly kind of like superset work, which is, you know, kind of tiring in itself if you do it quickly enough. And some barbell curls in the squat rack, which I didn't film. And then finally we have bench press day at 160 pounds, and bench press is the one I struggle with the most. So I ended up getting 9. My goal was 11, to beat 11, but just like every other bench press session, I struggled, and that I was gonna go for that 10th one, and then it just stapled me down to the bench, and I did my version of the roll of shame. So what I think I'm gonna do is do bench press on Saturday and swap it with overhead press. Well, there's my roll of shame, guys. Talk to you guys soon, and I hope you enjoyed this long ass video. Peace.